Selling a house has never been easier. We all know that competition right now in the housing market is hotter than ever. The demand is high. On the other hand, supply is very low. Well, that sounds like great news for real estate agents, right? According to a report published by CNBC on April 5th of this year, the typical home is now selling a week faster than last year. However, you might want to note that there is increasing concern among people that housing is actually experiencing a price bubble. And many think that this price bubble may be ready to burst. What's up, guys? Welcome to Glory Investing Show. In our today's video, we're going to discuss when the housing market is expected to crash this year. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to Glory Investing Show and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. According to a report published by real estate brokerage Redfin, 42% of houses were being sold for more than their list price at the start of April of this year. This represents a 16% increase as compared to last year. Chief economist at Redfin, Daryl Fairweather, said, "The housing market is more competitive than we have ever seen it, but a couple of indicators are causing us to ask whether we are nearing a peak in terms of how fast demand and prices can grow." Sellers' asking prices may be starting to flatten in what so far appears to follow a typical seasonal pattern. Fairweather thinks that the decline in mortgage purchase indicates that some people are dropping out of the housing market due to the lack of affordable houses. Black Knight claims that approximately 75% of the 100 largest United States housing markets experienced annual price growth of 10% or higher. Well, Ben Grabowski, who is Black Knight's president of data and analytics, said, "Any hopes of 2021 bringing an influx of homes to the market and lessening pressure on prices appear to be dashed for now. With higher interest rates and a continuing shortage of inventory, it will be important to keep a careful eye on both home prices and affordability metrics in the coming months." Google reported that the search question, "When is the housing going to crash?" spiked around 2,450% in March of this year. Moreover, Google searches for the question, "Why is the market so hot?" doubled within 1 week. I would like to mention that Google's reports also suggest that the searches for the question, "How much over asking price should I offer on a home in 2021?" increased 350% in 1 week. Apart from that, CoreLogic has published a report claiming that the prices increased 10.4% in February of this year as compared to February 2020. Well, the most shocking part is that this is the largest annual jump since the year 2006. Chief economist at CoreLogic, Frank Nothaft, said, "We got an acute shortage of supply on the market for sale at the same time that record low mortgage rates are driving the appetite to buy by millennials and Gen Xers. Keep in mind that there are around half as many houses actively listed for sale compared to April of last year. This means that buyers are more likely to find themselves in bidding wars." It is worth noting that the Google question about overpaying does not sit well with Frank. He said, "I have to admit I'm worried when I hear that. It does make me concerned. That's the mindset that comes in because that means it's an auction market." Here's what you need to know. Right now, 1 in 5 people in the United States is behind on their rent. In fact, nearly 18% of renters in America are behind on their rent payments. That is 10 million Americans. This is far greater than the 7 million homeowners who lost their properties to foreclosure during the ensuing Great Recession. According to various reports, a typical delinquent renter now owes around $5,600. Moreover, 2.8 million people in America are in mortgage forbearance. For those who don't know what forbearance is, forbearance lets borrowers hit pause on their mortgage payments without damaging their credit. It is worth noting that many people who put their mortgages into forbearance in 2020 will see that their provision will expire at some point during this year. However, this doesn't mean that US citizens will be able to start making mortgage payments again. Let's put this into perspective. FICO score of 680 is categorized as good. Well, 35% of Americans have a FICO score below the 680 mark. In February of this year, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said that the real unemployment rate in the United States is around 10%. Remembering the Great Recession of 2008 is essential right now because it was a housing-driven crisis. And most adult people in the United States have clearly not forgotten the fear and destruction of value that impacted the economy as well as their livelihoods. The Great Recession also had unintended consequences such as tight lending standards. This made borrowing difficult for people, which resulted in a record amount of equity in homes. In fact, the United States citizens have a collective $10 trillion in home equity. Now, if the market goes down and Americans are not able to access their home equity, the equity value will increase, which might also cause customers to use credit cards more often at higher rates. I would say that there are higher chances that the housing market is going to crash this year. Think about it. This market has been growing for 14 consecutive years. It will ultimately have to slow down, right? And as the impacts of the coronavirus pandemic slow down, the demand will eventually decrease. Moreover, the increased rates will also hurt the market. According to various reports, the rates will increase once we see a more stable economy. And when the economy gets better, the rates are more likely to increase. At the same time, buildings will go up and sales will eventually slow down. Regardless of whether the economy gets worse or better, I think that the prices in the housing market will eventually drop. And once the market turns, it will turn really fast. Many people will experience a fear of missing the top of the housing market. What we all need to understand, the housing market will not be on fire forever like it is today. Inventory will not stay this low. And with vaccines coming, it is almost certain that the new buildings will start. Apart from that, it is expected that the government will move from legislative priorities such as foreclosure rescue to other things such as infrastructure. If you're waiting to sell, you should not wait. As you have probably already heard, it is better to act when you can, not when you have to. Well, I would say that you should not wait for the bubble to end. What do you think? Should people wait or not? Share your opinions with us in the comment section below. Right now, many believe that the housing market will remain strong for a very long time due to a record low inventory and increased rates as well as demand. However, one thing we can say for sure is nothing in this world stays constant. The recent reports suggest that the housing market might crash this year. I think that things can change quickly and worsen when nobody is expecting the change. Yes, everyone wants this boom in the market to last forever. Well, hate to break it to you, but nothing lasts forever and the bubble might burst at any time. So, what do you think? Is the housing market going to crash? And if yes, when do you think it will crash? Let us know in the comments below. Well, that would be all for today. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to do that right now. And also press that bell button so you will be notified each time we upload a new episode. And while you're still here, click to watch one of these two videos that are appearing on the screen. Have a good one, guys, and we will see you in our next episode.